This is the brachiocephalic trunk artery. So those are the three arteries you need to know. Pulmonary trunk artery, aorta, brachiocephalic trunk artery. Those three. Those are the arteries. And then there's two areas of veins. Now you don't see the veins. All you get are holes. So on the left-hand side of the heart, big jagged hole over there on the left, there it is. What's that? Pulmonary veins. On the right side of the heart, there's got to be a big jagged hole here somewhere. Well, there's a hole. That's one of it. And let's see what we can find. There's a hole there. That's probably a pulmonary vein heading over there. But you could see part of it, at least the superior vena cava right there, going into the right-hand side. I don't see another hole, so I guess they both connected right there.
The superior and the inferior.
Yeah. So that's the right-hand side. What chamber is this? What chamber of the heart is this? Right atrium, yes. What chamber of the heart is that? Left atrium. What chamber of the heart is that right there? Left ventricle. What chamber of the heart is that?
Right ventricle.
What valley is this between the two ventricles?
Anterior interventricular sulcus.
Ventricular sulcus.
Yep. Anterior interventricular sulcus. You won't be able to look at your list, on the test. So make sure, be working on that. Make sure you can recall these names and write them out. What little valley is right in there like that?
Coronary sulcus.
Coronary sulcus. I think that's everything on the outside that I asked you to know. So let's go inside. What chamber is this one right there where my little pointer is sticking in? It's mostly closed off.
Left ventricle.
Which?
Left ventricle.
Left ventricle, you're right. You're correct. Left ventricle. What chamber is that one right there? Right ventricle. Got to be right ventricle. Yeah. And what wall is this one right here between the ventricles?
Interventricular septum.
Interventricular septum. What valve is this one right here? Leslie? Bicuspid valve. Bicuspid or mitral valve. Or if you want, left atrioventricular valve, if you want to write all that out. What is this thing right here, this thing sticking up?
That's
Papillary muscle. Papillary muscle. What are those little strings called? Chordae tendineae. Chordae tendineae. Yeah. What else is there to ask you? What valve is this one? Let me prop this open. Right down in there, there's another valve. See the edge of it right there? What valve is that? Tricuspid valve. Yes. Good.
The tricuspid's for it's three on the right side as well, right? So three tricuspid.
You can call it the right atrioventricular valve if you want to. There's only two names for that valve. Tricuspid or right atrioventricular valve. Right above, immediately superior to the right ventricle. So what you do is eyeball the right ventricle. You know that because it's got a thin wall. The valve is a no-brainer. Just have to remember which is which.
Okay, and so we can't see the atrium from the inside, can we?
No. You can if you cut farther up, but we haven't done that.
Because all the spaces are ventricles.
Unless I stick a pin right in there and say name the chamber.
Oh, like that, yeah.
And if we can't see the inside to see which side is thicker, we just know it because of the auricle on top.
If I stick a pin right there, you can't see inside, but you know that the left ventricle covers the apex. So that means this one's got to be the right ventricle.
So wait, the ventricles would start from like here down?
The ventricle, yeah, right. Let me show you where. There's the beginning of the ventricle where the valve is. That's atrium up in there. So this is the ventricle right there.
Ventricle, and then atrium is above that.
Yep. And what you can see on the outside of the atrium is the auricle. The auricle of the atrium.
And this one, you can see the anterior ventricular sulcus.
Here you see the anterior interventricular sulcus right there. Yeah.
So
we see the oracle, it would be on the left side of the heart, right?
Well,
Well,
you can see that oracle. That's on the right-hand side of the heart. So I guess you need to know front from back. If you can figure out the front of the heart versus the back, then you can just kind of use some Kentucky windage and figure out whether it's left or right. You'll do it. You'll do fine. I'm not a bit worried about that.
This is the back, right?
Correct. It is. Okay.